Great. Hello. So for our final presentation for Group Husky 2, we're doing it on AI Resume Tailor and Auto Apply Agent. So the members are Rosie, Kai, Ryan, myself, Josh, and Gary and Jerry. So, all right. So moving on into the presentation. So just for an overview, so we'll give a brief project overview, then we'll go into the user's personas, and then from there we'll show you our ER diagram, and then go through our business rules, our solution architecture and HA, our major SQL examples, metrics, security and privacy concerns, and next steps and lessons learned. So just for a brief project overview, the idea of the application is that it automates the job application process for individual job seekers. So for the process, users upload a base resume, and then from there, the platform scans it, tailors it to a specific job listing using AI generated match scoring, and then submits the application on the user's behalf. So the application tracks the results on a dashboard, and then it centralizes the job search data as a job search database. And as a result, this reduces manual resume editing, improves application accuracy, and overall, our design goal was for a robust relational database that acts as a data collection engine first. And the role of the SQL is that it's the critical bridge between the raw user data, the resumes, the work history, skills, preferences, and the application services that process and act on that data. So going into our personas examples. So for persona one, this is a job seeker, primary end user. So potentially millions of users globally, graduate student, this captures graduate students, recent graduates, and active job seekers across all industries. So, a lot like us. And, as a job seeker, I want to, and, we all want to, upload our existing resume, browse through available job listings and filter by field, company, location, generate a tailored resume optimized for a specific job posting, see my match score to know how my resume fits a role, submit applications automatically, and track applications and their current status in one dashboard. And additionally, we want to see what skills are missing and what to develop next. So, all of these, you know, goals are, what it captures what we're looking for here. So moving on to persona two, passive job seeker. So, this also is potentially hundreds of thousands of users. These are currently employed professionals who are, open to better opportunities, but, not actively applying to roles. And, as a passive job seeker, you're looking for to monitor relevant job listings without committing to a full application, knowing your resume's readiness score against roles that, you're interested in. And additionally, applying quickly when the right opportunity appears with minimal manual effort and keeping, the profile and resume up to date, without having to rebuild it from scratch each time. So, this is very helpful for, people who are actively working, at the time, so they don't have to spend the tedious time with that. So I'll pass it off to Rosie now.
Okay. Hi everyone. So I'll talk about the Persona 3 platform administrator. So the third is so they belong to a small internal team, roughly 5 to 10 backend admins who keep the platform running cleanly. And admins, I want to monitor overall user activity and total applications submitted, status breakdowns, and engagement trends. They also identify abnormal behavior like mass applications or a duplicate account and manage job listing accuracy and also remove outdated job posting and also ensure that resume data is handled securely and within the data retention policy. So next, I will talk about our diagram. So our ERD is organized into five logical layers that reflect how data flows through the platform. So the first layer is the account layers, just the user table. This is an entry point. Every other table depends on it. So layer two is the profile layer, basic info, educations, work experience, and skills. This is everything we know about how user as a person. And move to the layer three is a resume operations. So scan a resume and tailor resume. A user uploads a resume, and then the AI generates a tailored version of each job they target. And layer four is job and reference data. Jobs, company, and the job skill junction table. This is the job market side of the database. And move to the last layer, layer five is applications layer, the final transactions that connect a user, a tailored resume, and also a job posting into one record. And moved on to business rules and our constraints and scope. So three core business rules drive entire designs. User must create an account before uploading a resume, and only one resume can be active at any time. Each job posting belongs to exactly one company and is deduplicate using its short URL, and users can submit only one application per job. And each application tracks its full life cycle from banding through submitted to reviewed and finally responded or rejected. The key con we move to the key constraints. The key constraints here are one company per job posting and one application per job per users and one active resume per user at any time. And the two main design driver behind every architecture decision are AI-powered resume tailoring and automatic job matching. The platform compared user skills, educations, and experience against job requirement to score and rank opportunity. And finally, two areas that are intentionally out of scope for this version is the employer-facing side of platform and interview scheduling, though our future development phase. So move on, I will transfer to Kai to talk about the solution architecture and HA.
All right. So now we're talking about architecture. So we will start from the very top, which is our client layer. This layer basically handles all the resume uploads and also browse the job information from the job markets. And once we have those information, the traffic will goes to our network layer. And here we would have a load balancer. It will distribute the requests between the two app servers. And these two app servers are located in our app layer. One layer, but no, one server would be always active, and one server is on a standby. And behind this app layer, what we have is our AI layer, and where we will have a dedicated AI service. Will handle the resume scoring and the tailoring, and all the data will save in our data layer, where we have a primary database, and we'll store all the information. And for our high availability, so if the basically as we mentioned before, we have two app server. So if one app server goes down, the standby will takes over automatically. It will ensure the it's always available. And on the database side, we would have like continuous replication to a standby database, and we would also have scheduled backup to the code storage. So our goal here is to have no single point of failure at either the app layer or the data layer. Yeah. All right, here we goes to our SQL examples. So our first example is handling the job listing by company. Basically, we are listing all the jobs and also have with the company that it belongs to. So first we basically start to search the jobs. We will take the job title, job field, job duty, experience required, and degree requirement from the jobs chart, and then we will take company name, location, and state from the company chart. Then uh, from the job, basically the next line means the jobs. We are giving a nickname J to this jobs chart, and along with a another chart called company, and we're giving a nickname with C. And we are also joining these two chart together by combining the primary key for the company uh, charts and the foreign key for company ID in the jobs chart. And we have a little screenshot for what we have on our data import milestone. And I will pass the rest SQL examples to Jerry.
So standard query is application track. This query is used for the user dashboard. It connects the application record with the user information, job information, and company information. Instead of checking each application separately, the user can see all application status in one place, such as submitted, pending, withdrawn, or failed. Next page. The third query is the most in-demand skills. The query counts how often each skill appears in job requirements. It helps the system show users which skills are more important in the job market. For example, if a person appears in more job postings, the users can know it may be useful skills to improve. Overall, this circle example shows that our database is not only used to store data, it also helps turn raw data into useful information so users can find jobs, track applications, and understand what skills they need to improve. Now, transfer to my another partner, Justin, to explain the next part.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua and I'll be talking about the metrics and analytics. And for the active job seeker, jobs matched, applications submitted with interview response rate and average match score. And for the passive seeker, we got their readiness score, skill gaps versus target roles, and how their match score trends as new jobs post. And for admins, total users and applications, application success rate by status, and on top, in-demand skills and companies, and most of these come straight out of the tables we just queried. And next one is the security and privacy. Security matters here because of what we store here. We hold a lot of sensitive PII. We got names, emails, phone numbers, home addresses, and full resumes with complete work history, plus login credentials and subscription tier. That makes us a real target because a full profile is basically everything you need for identity theft. And the applications themselves reveal where someone wants to work. So, what we'll tell our security team is user profiles are our highest value, highest risk data, and then the basic info table and resume files are what we want to protect first. And the next steps, what we learned from this. Can you hit next, please? Yeah, thank you. Our biggest takeaway was that you have to understand the business requirements before you build anything, and getting the primary keys, foreign keys, and relationships right early made everything afterward easier. And looking ahead, we'll integrate real job sites like Indeed and LinkedIn and build out the employer side of the platform. And this is our references. Yeah, that's it for the presentation. Thank you guys for watching, and then happy to answer your questions.